Dave Keating now. Dave, pretty strong language today from the Commission. What kind of impact might that have?
Yeah, I mean, the Commission spokesperson said today they share the concerns expressed by the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, both about the compatibility of this text with Denmark's international obligations and about the risk of undermining the foundations of the world system for processing refugees. Some pretty strong language. But most concretely, he said that the Commission believes that this violates current EU law on migration and asylum, and it would violate the proposal to revise that law, which is now on the table but hasn't been accepted yet. Here's the catch. Denmark has an exemption to EU migration and asylum law. Denmark has exemptions to many parts of EU law, most famously the euro, but also parts of Schengen. And so there's real questions here about whether the Commission could do anything. It could do something. It could block this for a member state that didn't have this opt-out, but because Denmark has the opt-out, we're just not sure. Actually, the Commission spokesperson was asked about this today, and he said the Commission needs to look into it. It's really not clear whether this opt-out would allow Denmark to go ahead with this. But most notably, I think this is a sign of impatience on Denmark's part with this pact that's on the table now, this new pact for migration and asylum, which really hasn't gone anywhere because of the deep divisions between EU member states on this issue. And this was Denmark just going ahead and saying, we're going to act unilaterally. That is the Commission's worst nightmare because they're trying to coordinate a common EU system to migration and asylum. And so I think the Commission, whatever the legalities around that opt-out are, the Commission is going to do everything it can to try to convince Denmark not to do this.
Now, Dave, this news from Denmark comes just on the heels of moves by the bloc itself to revise its own external border policy. Tell us how that fits into this story.
Yeah, yesterday we had a proposal from the Commission to revise the whole Schengen system, so a broader proposal than that pact that's currently on the table. Now, when it comes to the Schengen border code, most people think of the EU's internal borders. That's the passport-free area of free movement within the EU. But Schengen also deals with the external borders, and the original idea was that you would have common policies toward the EU's external borders, and in exchange you could have this freedom of movement within the EU without any passports. That first part never really happened. And so the Commission came out with this proposal today. Yesterday, Home Affairs Commissioner Ylva Johansson said that in order for internal EU borders to remain soft, the external borders need to become harder. So it shows that the Commission's general line of thinking here is somewhat in line with Denmark's line of thinking. The Commission is trying to accommodate the concerns that several member states have about existing policies at the external border, which aren't just about migration, but are also about general entrances. There's going to be a new pre-clearance system for people flying into the EU coming into effect soon. And so the Commission is, again, going to be trying to convince Denmark, look, we have proposals on the table here to strengthen those external borders. You don't need to go ahead on your own and act unilaterally. The question is whether Copenhagen will listen.
All right, we'll wait and see. Dave Keating for us there live in Brussels. Thank you very much indeed.